So already we studied the kinematics of fluid flow. In the case of kinematics, we are not considering the force which is causing for the motion. Okay, so here in this fluid dynamics studies, we are considering the forces causing for the motion. So let me start with the dynamics of fluid flow. Dynamics of fluid flow. Dynamics of fluid flow is the study of fluid motion with the force causing the flow. And the dynamic behavior of fluid flow is analyzed by the Newton's second law of motion. As per Newton's second law of motion, it states that force is the product of mass and acceleration. So it relates the acceleration with the force. So at the time of fluid dynamic studies, fluids are considered as incompressible and non-viscous. And according to Newton's second law of motion, the net force Fx acting on a fluid element in the direction of x is equal to mass of the fluid element multiplied by the acceleration ax. That is, force is equal to mass into acceleration. For any system, the resultant force, which is equal to mass into acceleration. In the fluid flow, the following forces are acting. They are forces by gravity force, then forces by pressure, then forces due to viscosity, then forces due to turbulence, then forces due to compressibility. Therefore, the total force Fx is equal to Fg, that is the force due to gravity along x direction, plus the force due to pressure Fp, which is along x direction, the force due to viscosity, which is along x direction, and the force due to turbulence, which is along x direction, plus the force due to compressibility, which is along x direction. If the force due to compressibility is negligible in that equation, the resulting net force is Fx is equal to Fgx plus Fpx plus Fvx plus Ftx. Then that equation is known as a Reynolds equation of motion. Then if Ft is absent or negligible, the resulting equation is known as Navier-Stokes equation. If the flow is assumed to be ideal, that is viscous force is zero, then the equation of motion is known as Euler's equation of motion. Okay, so next we have to derive the Euler's equation of motion. Here, the force due to gravity and pressure are taken into consideration. And this is derived by considering a fluid element in a streamline flow. So consider a streamline in which flow is taking in S direction. The direction is given as S direction. That is an arbitrary direction, S. So this is the fluid element. So this fluid element is subjected to two forces. One is the force due to pressure and the other due to its own weight. Okay. So this is a fluid element, and this side, the force due to pressure is P into dA. This is flowing like this manner. This is flowing like this manner. That is why a direction which is indicated as yes, that is, and here it is P into dA, and the other side in the force is P plus dou P by dou S into ds into dA. So the P plus, that is here the P into dA. So P plus some amount of additional or some loss, that is dou P by dou S. Dou S means the length is ds, that is the variation along this direction, that is by dou P by dou S. And for along, so this is the variation for unit length, and to multiply it with the ds, it will get the variation for that much length. So P plus dou P by dou S into ds, that into dA will be the pressure at the force at this side, force at this side. Okay. And another is its own weight, that is rho g into dA into ds. Okay, dA into ds is the volume, that volume multiplied by rho is the mass, that into g is the weight. Okay, and this theta is the angle made with the angle between the that weight as well as the direction of flow. Okay. And while we are considering the equilibrium condition, the line of action will be one is here, and here the line of action will be this side. Okay. Okay, and here the line of action along this direction. Okay. If you are considering a triangle here, so this is the triangle, this is angle theta, and this one. Okay, so this length is ds, therefore ds, and this height is dz. We have to consider a small triangle. Therefore, this side is parallel to this side. Therefore, this is ds. And so you have to have the figure in your mind. Then only the next terms you will get understand. Okay. Then force acting on the cylindrical element, that is the pressure force P into dA in the left side, and pressure force P plus dou P by dou S into ds into dA, that is opposite to the direction of flow, and the weight of the fluid element rho g dA ds. Okay. So these things, the resultant force acting on this fluid element will be mass of the fluid element into acceleration of the fluid element along S direction. The resultant force is equal to the net force on the fluid element. Okay. So what is mass into acceleration? So dA into ds is the volume. Volume into rho is the mass. That mass into acceleration, that is as, which is equal to P into dA minus of P plus dou P by dou S into ds into dA, that is along that direction, minus, you see the in the figure. So here P into dA, why we are considering the equilibrium condition, so the line of action will be in the opposite direction. So P into dA minus P plus dou P by dou S into ds into dA. Okay, again, so we are considering the equilibrium along the direction of flow. That is why we have to take the component of this weight. So this weight is rho g dA ds, and along this direction it will be rho g dA ds into cos theta. That is along this direction. That is why you see this equation, that is F is equal to mass into acceleration, which is equal to P into dA minus P plus dou P by dou S into ds into dA minus rho g dA ds, that is the weight of the element, and cos theta will be the component along that flow direction. Okay, you see as, that is acceleration, is dv by dt, and this v is the function of s and t, space and time. Therefore, dv by dt is equal to, already we studied the chain rule of differentiation. So dv by dt is equal to dou v by dou s into ds by dt plus the partial differentiation dou v by dou t. That is v into this ds by dt is the v, that is v into dou v by dou s plus dou v by dou t. And if the flow is steady, dou v by dou t is equal to 0. Therefore, what is the remaining term? The remaining term, that is v into dou v by dou s. Therefore, this as is equal to v into dou v by dou s. And substituting this value in the this equation, that is mass into acceleration. Instead of that acceleration, we put that v into dou v by dou s, that is rho into dA into ds into v into dou v by dou s, which is equal to P into dA minus P plus dou P by dou s into ds into dA minus that rho g dA ds cos theta. I think minus rho g dA ds cos theta. That also you have to incorporate in this equation. Okay. Then dividing the equation with the rho g dA ds. Okay. So dividing that equation with the, in the left side, what is we are having? Rho into dA ds v into dou v by dou s. That is divided by rho into ds dA, which is equal to, in the right side, what is the value? P into dA, that is divided by this one. On expanding the second term, that is P plus dou P by dou S into ds into this one. On expanding this one, P into dA. And what about expanding the second term? Dou P by dou S into ds into dA. That is why you will get P into dA divided by rho into ds into dA minus P into dA divided by this one, and dou P by dou S into ds into dA by rho into ds into dA minus that the component of that weight divided by rho into ds into dA. Okay, and from here this rho dA ds term will be get cancelled, and the remaining will be V into dou V by dou S, which is equal to, and what about here, this P into dA, this P into dA, this term will be get cancelled. So remaining this one, that is dou P by dou S into 1 by rho minus, here the remaining time is G cos theta. Therefore, this is equal to dou P by dou S. This is equal, that is the negative terms I am taking in the left side. Dou P by dou S into 1 by rho plus G cos theta plus V into dou V by dou S is equal to 0. And also from the figure, ds cos theta is equal to dz. That also I have already shown to you. Please. So we are considering a small triangle here. That is why this length is ds. Therefore, this is ds. And this angle between these two is theta. Here it is theta. Therefore, this dz will be ds cos theta. Equation become 1 by rho dou P by dou S plus G into dz by ds plus V into dou V by dou S is equal to 0. Okay. In other words, this is equal to dou P by rho. So this dou S, ds and dou S, all these terms are same. They are very small. Therefore, all these terms are same. That is why this can be modified as dou P by rho plus G into dz plus V into dou V is equal to 0. Dou P by rho plus G into dz plus V into dou V is equal to 0. That is dP by rho plus G into dz plus V into dV is equal to 0. That can be modified as this manner. This equation is known as Euler's equation of motion. Next, we have to derive Bernoulli's equation of motion. Okay, so this Bernoulli's equation can be derived from Euler's equation. So this Bernoulli's equation can be obtained by integrating the Euler's equation of motion. Therefore, for an incompressible flow, the Bernoulli's equation is integral of dP by rho plus integral of d into dz plus integral of d into dv is equal to integral of that 0. So on integrating this term, you will get p by rho. On integrating this term, you will get g into z. On integrating this term, you will get v square by 2. And integrating the 0, that will be a constant. P by rho g plus z plus v square by 2g is equal to constant. Okay, equation. That is P by rho g is the pressure energy per unit weight of fluid or pressure head. V square by 2g. What is that V square by 2? V square by 2g is the kinetic energy per unit weight or kinetic head. And next one is the assumptions while we are making assumptions made while we are deriving Bernoulli's equation. That is, the fluid is ideal and viscosity is 0. Fluid is steady and the flow is incompressible and the flow is irrotational. These are the practical application of Bernoulli's theorem. So this Bernoulli's equation is applied in all the problem which is related to incompressible fluid flow. And this equation is applied to derive relations to find out the discharge through flow measuring devices like Venturi meter, orifice meter and Pitot tube. This Venturi meter and orifice meter are mainly used for finding out the discharge in pipe flows. Okay, and Pitot tube is mainly used for finding out the velocity of flows. Okay,